Hey, hi everyone. Good morning. Last class we learned about how we can create the dynamic URL, right? Like if every time user ID is changing, right? So first of all, what we did, so we will look at for the study class first. Yeah. So we have created one user detail section. Here, what we were doing, we have to get that user detail. Suppose like Gaurav ID is 2, mine ID is 3, right? Like that. So if you click on Gaurav, if you want the Gaurav detail, what you have to pass? You have to pass along with that URL, you have to pass the Gaurav ID. So you will get the Gaurav detail, right? So if you come and check over here, so if you clicking over right, see we are passing right. We are switching to other page. Okay. So every time this ID will be different. So in route, in path, this ID is every time different. So how we achieve that? So we'll go to the app.js. Okay. If you go app.js, here you can see we have created one route called user slash colon id, means which are the parties variable like id or party id or something, right? That time it will give colon. So a browser will understand this is the variable things. Okay. And on this particular path user detail will open. Okay. So we are doing the same. We are doing the same. Okay. And after getting the value we were displaying over here. Correct. Now what we will do, we have created few things. We are, let's go here. We have list of user done. We have single user done. Okay. Now we have to create, update and delete. If you are learning CRUD application, then create C for create, R for retrieve. Retrieve means all the user. Okay. So that is done. E, hmm, okay. U for update. Okay. That we will take and delete. So first of all, we will work on the create part. How we will work on create part? So we'll go to the user section. Here the header is there inside that container. Here we will create one or more div class name, something we will give, and we will give deflex justify content int. Okay, here we will create one button called button class name btn primary. Okay, and we will give create picture. Okay, like that you can give, or you can give plus also, or you can give new user also. Any kind of name you can give. First we will check and we'll give some margin m by 3. Okay, we'll check. We'll go to the user section. User. Now here is one option to create new user. Cool. Hmm. You can give some different color. I'm just giving warning. Cool. So if someone will click on this, so one pop-up will come. One pop-up will come. Their name, email ID, these all things will ask. So if you click on here, one pop-up will, one modal will come. Okay. So first of all, we'll go to the bootstrap. Bootstrap. Okay. Where the doc is, yes. Model. Check something is there or not. Yeah. So we have some kind of model here. Okay. So on clicking on this header button, we have to open this model. Okay, cool. Live demo. If you click on this button, this model should open. Okay, cool. Hmm. So what we will do, either we can do it here only. See, either we can create the model over here, or else you can create different component itself. So better always keep in different places, so you will follow the atomic structure, right? So the page size will not increase, so loading time will be fine. So we'll create one component called, I'm just giving custom component, custom custom model. I'll just give model dot js, import react from react const custom model. Okay, return. Cool. What we will do, we will take it from here. See, just copy this and we'll paste it over here. Format document. Cool. Now we can check. There are some classes, but in React it must be class name. So I'm just changing this all. Cool. Now we will do export thing. Export default custom model. Okay. Now we want to use it over here. Somewhere we can keep this custom model. Okay. We'll go and check. Cool. We have to give one more thing. D block. Yeah. So now we can see we have just copy paste from here, bootstrap, right? Just copy pasted from bootstrap. Okay, and we have created a component using over here. Okay, so we can see the model is coming over, right? But this should not show, right? Like once we will click on this button, then only it can show. As of now it's showing every time, right? It's not even closing this. See, we have created this component and we are using inside the user section, but our requirement is once we will click on this button, then only this should come. Okay, cool. So what we will do, uh, we will control it by some state. Like once we will click on this, okay, this kind of thing we will do. We will create by, will handle by this a state. So we'll create open, or you can give so set. So how we can use our state, you can check, and initial value will be false. Okay, so now what I want, see, I want to add condition over here. If so value is true, see, if you are giving directly it means true, right? Or else you can give true, both are same. But yeah, if so is true, then only this section will show. Now we can say that button is sorry, model is not visible. Why? Because as of now show is false. Okay, so what we have to do, if we click on this button and we will change the show value from false to true, that time it will show like, see, if you change it from false to true, see what will happen, we can uh, see the model, right? So we have to do the same thing, but initially keep the value false. Now what we will do, we'll create one function, const handle model. Okay, here what we will do, we will change the value of set so is equal to true. Okay, so basically what we were doing, if we click on this button, the value we will call the handle model, that will change the value of this. So we'll create on click, on click, on click, we will call this function. So now you can check, as of now show value is false, so this is not visible. But once we click on this button, we are calling this function, and what this function is doing, this function is changing the set value to true. Means if you click over here, so the value is true, now we can see the model. Okay, cool. At least we know like how we can open the model. Now what we will do, we will also create a function to close this. So how we will do, so we'll create one or more function called const handle close model. Here what we will do, set so if you want to close this, simple things false. Okay, okay, but you can see in this component we cannot call this function because the close function is here. Close function is custom order. See, this is the close. Here if you click on this button, then close functionality. If you can check close functionality either on here or here, so this two lies in custom model component. So, and we have created our handle custom model in user.js. So how it will work, right? See, the data we were passing directly, we were passing, if you need any data from one component to different component, other component, we were passing as a props. Okay, can we pass function as a props? So yes, we can pass this function as a props. So what we will do, we will do this here is equal to this. Okay, now we will go here and check if this function is there. We'll call this function simply, nothing else. So now if you can come over here, you can click on, you can create on click, call this function. Let's try. Okay, now it's working. If you're clicking it, the value is true. Now if you're clicking it, so again this function which is passed by props, because we have created in uh, parent component called user component. Why we have created a parent component, why we didn't create it over here, because the state, see, state is only present in component. We cannot pass a state in different component. It always work in a component. If you have passed the uh, data from one component to other component, use props, not a state. A state will be in same component. So that's why, and we have to change the value of a state to closing that model. So that's why we have created this function here, and we pass this function as a props. And then what we are doing, Here you become, so handle close model we were using. Okay, and we are calling on like the cross icon is there, like close icon is there, right? If you click over here, it's closing. Again, there is one more section called here close, right? So what we will do, on click, we will call same function, handle close model. Okay, now we can check. If you click here also, it will work, it should work. Oh sorry, we are doing it save part, save changes. This is the wrong place, even you guys didn't notice it. Cool. Okay, now if you close, it will work. Okay, so now what are the things required for adding the user? Here you can see create, right? If you click over here, they need name and job. API request user, method is post. If you want to create any uh, like records, that time method will be post. If you get the record, then method will be get or post, either one user, single user or list user. The method will be get. Here method will be post because you are posting some data, you are adding some data. Cool. So what we will do, we'll create a component. So before that, first of all, we'll change the name, create user, new user. Okay, this is the model body. What we will do over here, here we will create one or two input box because we need to get the detail first. So if you have to take input from user, you will use input box, will give form control. Okay, as of now just keep it like that, give my will. Okay, let's give the placeholder also some name, enter your name. Okay, then input class name, then give same and the placeholder enter job something. Let's, as per the requirement, we will give, either you can give email id and other things, but here they need name and jobs. Okay, cool. So these two thing we have. Now what we will do, we'll create one button, div button, class name btn, btn you can give info, or here you can give save you can give, or add, anything you can give, save. Okay, or you can give submit, any kind of thing you can give submit. Now save it and you can check, go to the page, click on create user. Okay, so now we have create new user. We will remove this section, or else we can do it here only, or we will remove the submit from here. It's up to you how we want to keep. I will comment it out and keep it here only. Okay, either you can check it over here or here only. Okay, cool. So now we have this, see, create new user, email, sorry, name and job. Okay, so we have to get these two thing, name and email, job. So what we will do, we'll create two model, sorry, two state. One is to store the name, and second for the store the job. Const name is equal to set name. Okay, use state based on requirement we will do. We are not writing blindly. If we have the requirement, we will do it. Now previously we didn't have added any state because it was not required. Now we have to take the user input. So we have to store somewhere. So we are storing in our state. Okay, now we did for name. Now we will do for job. 1 minute. Yeah. So now we will create the set job. Use state and here we will do. Okay. Cool. So now what we have to do after submitting the user detail. Okay, we have created two things first, name and job. So either we can do it. So now we have to take the value name and job over here. So we'll create two function const handle name. So we all know if it is the input box, we will get the event, right? So we just call this function over here. See, and this is input box, right? So we cannot use on click. We have to use on change. Hope you have remembered this on change. And how we have to do? You have to pass this first. You have to take the argument and pass this as e. Okay. Now we can set the name. We did already, so I'm doing. I will not explain each and everything because we already did e dot target dot value. Okay. Again, we'll create for handle job. See, we have this. Again, we will click on change. On change. Okay. We have created two function and we are using this. Now what we will do? We'll use here set job. Again, e dot target dot value, e dot target dot value. Cool. We did this. Now we can check either this is printing or not. So we will console it over here. Log name and console dot log job. Hopefully it will work. So just console it. See, these all these things are like warning, we have to fix this. See, these are the key warning, and these are like some uh, like we were using that HTML, right, which directly copied from bootstrap. So we have to change this tab index, we have to change it to capital I. Okay, okay, cool. Here we'll give nk. So now name is coming and job is like test. So now both things are coming. Okay, so now what we have to do on submit, right? On submit, on save, we have to call the API. Which API? We have to call the post API. Okay, so here what we'll do, we will create one const handle submit, or you can do anything, submit or handle add, anything you can do. Cool. So now you can check, we have name, we have job, we have. So what are the things we need? We need to call the API. So first thing is we need axios, right? With the help of axios we will call the API. Post import, sorry, axios. Okay, now we need data. Let data is equal to, what are things we need? If you check over here, name and job. So you can copy this name and job over here, and name will be our state name, whatever, not hard coded. So whatever the state we have the state called name, and we have the state called job. Okay, cool. So we have to we will pass every time this data. Cool. So here we will check axios method is equal to post. Method is post, or you can directly copy from the login page also the few details like method, post, and this all thing. Method is equal to post. URL we will change. URL is not API. I think API users. Yeah, API users only. So we'll give users. API users, we have data, we are passing this. Okay. Then again we will do dot, then rest. Okay. And dot catch error. Cool. We gave this. Here we will console it. Dot log rest dot data console dot log error. Cool. So we'll go to this box. We'll take the same name because maybe it will work with our data or not. We'll give this, and job is leader. Okay. Now we will go to the, okay, we have created but we are not using this function anywhere. So we have to call this function also. So when we have to call this, on click on the save button, click to this save button. Okay, now if you go to the network, just remove all the things, and if you save over here, so you can see we have we have created this method, we have called this function, and inside the function we were calling this API require.api.user. Method is post, a status code is around 200, means 200, it means successful. Okay, what are the payload you passed? You passed job is equal to this, name is equal to this, and what are the response you got? Created id is equal to 640, job is this. Okay, so you can check as of now we are getting 6 record, but if you get like record is 100 or 600, you will get the record like 640 user id is 640 created, right? Okay, cool. You can create other also like test and do one more time. Okay, cool. So what are the thing you are passing? Job, leader, and name is equal to test. You can see 648, 468 leader and test. So these are the coming. Even created date are also coming. Okay. So here we were getting the success response. So if the response is successful, what we will do? We will go to the here. Again we will call to the close model because we already got the successful response. So here we will close this. So now after successful of this, see, once the data is successful, we will come to the this page. Okay, so we will inspect it and check. So now we have the create user, right? How we can create the user? You can give that like Mayank. Okay, and job is like React developer something. So once you click over here, see network. Once you click on the save button, what is happening? This is coming, right? Job ID is 762, React developer, Mayank, it's coming. And whatever the you passed, React developer and Mayank. Okay, so as of now, simply it's closing. It's not giving any messages like either it's successful or failure. Okay, but it's closing. So going forward, we have to use some functionality to show like user created successfully करके some messages. Okay, some messages we will. As of now, we will keep it this simple. Full. Okay, so now we have created that inside the CRUD. If you go over here, see inside the CRUD, right? CRUD create create done. Okay, this is retrieve, or you can say read also done. And now we have to update it and delete it. Okay, cool. So what we will do? So what we will do? We will add. We will go to the first user section. Either we can use. See, inside that there is a list thing, right? So we'll go to the list.js. Okay. Inside that either you can use that icon to edit or delete icon. Okay. Here you can give some div. Okay. img src is equal to something or wait edit icon. We can take anyone. Any icon you can take. See, either you can get that URL itself. This is edit icon. Similar way, img img src equal to some delete icon also. Let's search for delete. Cool. Either you can use this or this. Check this, or else you can use this one only. Open image is new tab, or you can copy the URL from there only. Okay, we have this URL, or else you can download and use it. Okay, cool. Now we save it and check how our, maybe the, see, we have to give some styling. Cool. Okay, so now we will give here class name, or here we will give the class name, give after the src, like edit icon, edit icon, and here class name will be delete icon, class name will be delete icon. Save it and go to the app.css, edit icon. Better do copy paste. If you do the spelling mistake, right, it's very hard to detect. Delete icon. Here you can give width 30 pixel. The same thing I'll copy over here also. We'll check now. Cool, somehow okay, manageable. And if someone will click on this, right, as of now it's going, see, as of now it's going, right, because we have added on all the things. So now we have to give on either name or email. Here, see, if you click on this, it's going here. But now if someone will click on these two, okay, so now this functionality we will learn tomorrow, like edit and delete, how we will do the edit and delete section. So if someone will click on delete, so what will happen, one pop-up will come, are you sure want to delete this? If yes, then okay, delete it. Again, if you click on edit, so one pop-up will open, and there it will show the this user detail, like charge and name and all thing, and you can update it. So let's check that what is update section. Okay, so you can check update section has also job, right, but I don't think we have the job in our list. See, we are not getting the job. Okay, we will manage somehow. Okay, cool. So in the put we have name and job. Okay, in delete, how we will do that, we will just give the id and method is equal to delete, and it will work. Okay, so these two things, update and delete, we will take it tomorrow, and then our CRUD application will be completed. So here you can say we have get request for all, like all the user. In first we were getting these two, and then we will check, can click on user things, and we can check the one user detail. Okay, we'll come back, we can create the new things, new user, and now we have delete also. So as of now it's coming here, we'll fix it, and edit also. So either we will keep on this section, id section or name section. Okay, cool. So I'll send you the latest code and updated uploaded videos, like just go through, and once we will complete this, like by tomorrow we will complete this, then we will post it on GitHub, and from there we will start with a different project. Okay, and we'll learn some new concept in ReactJS. Cool. Okay, so I will share you the detail after this class. Thanks everyone, thanks for joining. If you have any doubt, you can ping me, and you can send your progress in group. So you guys are, I think, not working. If you didn't send, how I will know either you're working or not? So please do post your update in group. Okay, thanks everyone.